Hey, my name is Justin Tudor. I'm a songwriter, guitar player, and producer near Tupelo, Mississippi. As you can tell, we are in my home studio, and I just want to take this video and I want to show you guys a few of the resources that I use in my everyday journey of producing music and writing music and learning songs. I play guitar at my church. I used to be in a metal band. I still produce metal music, and I also produce more like indie music with another group of my friends. And I wanted to make this video to show you guys some of the resources that I use that help me write music, help me record music, and just really help you kind of just dive right into the whole process without having to worry so much about the minute details and whatnot. Just one more word, some of these resources are free, and some of the resources are not free, but they will all be linked in the description of this video. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so now we should be on my computer screen, and I want to show you guys this first resource that I used, and this is mainly for mixing and producing and such. This is A.O. Levy's, Joey Sturgis, and Joel Wanasak's company. I do not currently have a subscription, but you can still access your account, especially if you have any courses. So like if I click right here on my courses, open that up, you can see I own Ultimate Guitar Production, Speed Mixing, and then these three were free. This is a fantastic resource. Every month you will have a song. They send you the multi-tracks for the song. You mix that, you enter a competition and win tons of different prizes. They have a secondary poll and a primary poll, and there are 2 winners in each of those. Secondary poll members, I don't believe they win anything, but first and second prize in the primary poll, they both win fantastic prizes. And then, but really what you're getting, the best part is you get these professional tracks to mix, so there's really no excuses. If the mix sucks, it's because of you. But also, my favorite part though would be at the end of the month, you got to watch the person who mixed the song go through and remix the entire song. For mixing and for understanding the fundamentals, because with URM there's Mix Rescue, where people go in and fix bad mixes that people submit, but there's also like the fast tracks that's only included with the URM Enhanced subscription, which is $40 a month. Yeah, with that though you get tons of stuff on the basics, and then go into even more detailed stuff like how to hear compression, how you should EQ, how to quickly EQing with your ears rather than your eyes, stuff like that. And it's just, it made my mixing game so much better. I'm still not the best, but I feel much better about my mixing thanks to URM. Yeah, so let's go into the next resource. Alright, so now another free resource that I use. Well, I say free, I kind of feel bad calling it free. So the first DAW that I ever practiced in besides Mixcraft way back in the day was Reaper. So I'm sure a lot of people know about Reaper now. It's super popular in like the home studio metal world. I'm not so sure about other places. Reaper is a digital audio workstation. It's completely fully functional. You can use it kind of forever without actually buying it. I feel bad, I never purchased a license. A license is only like 60 bucks for independent use though. I think it's like $100 and something for commercial use. It gives you like a 60-day trial period, but then after that you can always just keep clicking still evaluating. So ever how you feel about that morally, it's up to you. But I used Reaper until I bought Logic for years, and it's really awesome. There are no restrictions within Reaper that will keep you from practicing and continuing to mix as much as possible, just like you would with any other DAW. So I highly recommend Reaper if you're trying to get into the recording and producing and everything. The plugins that come in it for free are really good, and it is super customizable. You can do Reaper scripts and everything. It's a whole world that I never really got into, but I know that it's really a wonderful resource, and it's completely free. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys another resource that I use as a guitar player writing at home, writing in my home studio environment. I don't have a ton of space I'm working with. I don't have enough room to have a live kit in my house, or the resources on my interface to even mic a live kit. So I can't do that, so I'm always using virtual instruments to write, especially like drums, even bass at times. So I'm going to show you guys specifically the drums that I use pretty often, and then how I kind of tweak those drums a little bit to make them sound a little more original in my productions that actually make it over to demos, or maybe even some stuff that we've put on Spotify before. Okay, so now that we are in my DAW, we're in Logic, I'm going to show you guys that I've made a virtual instrument track. Just go down, do the software instrument track thing, and then I go and I'll load an instance of Kontakt. And if you are in the metal world, the metal bedroom studio, guitar players writing their own kind of stuff world, then you have seen GGD. Stands for Get Good Drums. This company is from the guys in Periphery. That's Adam Nolly, Get Good, Matt Halpern, Misha Mansour helps out as well. So these guys have assembled several libraries of drums. I have 3 of them. As you see here, I believe there are 2 or 3 others, and they're all fantastic. However, with that being said, like, just listen, that'll sound really good. These aren't mixed yet. The One Kit Wonder is really good. It's pre-mixed. You can just do it on a stereo. You don't even have to do it on multi-outs. But the problem with this is that these are so popular that people all over the place are using them. So let me play a little snippet. These are just some double bass stuff and some cymbals and a snare that I played. Sounds really good, right? Well, the thing is though, if you spend any amount of time on YouTube, you can pick out that snare, pick out that kick immediately, just because people use it all over, use this library so much. So one of my favorite things to do, I'm in my multi-output right here. I haven't labeled anything, but you see my kick's coming right here. Here's my snare, the snare bottom, and this is my overheads and rear. So I'll show you guys on my snare that I like to load up Slate Trigger right here. Okay, so this is awesome. I went a very long time without using Slate Trigger. I don't know how I did, because it's awesome. It's just great. So I'll go to some trigger files. I'm gonna go to snares. This single shot brass is from Hardcore Music Studio. I think the guy's name is Jordan Valero. He's Canadian. He's worked with some of my favorite metal bands. Anyways though, I'll go right here, I'll load that up, and then I'll go back to the triggering section, and then you'll be able to see that my snare is going to be triggering this brass single shot. Okay, so single shot, it's a 1-shot sample. It's going to sound exactly the same every single time, but I'm going to blend it in with this, the VK snare on GGD to make it sound a little more original. We can do the same thing with the kick drum. Load up another instance of trigger. Let's go to Drum Forge. We'll go to Taylor Larson. He has a really big kick, his main kick. So it is called. Sounds ridiculous by itself. My computer is not loving the recording and filming at the same time. But yeah, so I mean that's something that I do. I love GGD drums, but I like to kind of supplement those with some other samples, just so it sounds a little more original. So yeah, let's go on to the next thing. Okay, again, so me being primarily a guitar player, I want to show you guys the places where I'll go and get pretty much all of my like mix ready or just genre ready guitar tones and stuff. I use a Kemper profiling amplifier. I use it for all of my metal stuff right now for sure. I'm also trying to transition to using it for more of my worship guitar stuff and some more of the indie guitar stuff. So I'm going to show you some stuff on this. I also have a Line 6 Helix floor right underneath my feet. But I'm going to show you guys where I go to get all my Kemper profiles and my different Helix patches. Some of them are free, and I'll show you playthroughs of all the stuff as I'm going through them. And for my Helix, a lot of those are free as well. I have purchased a lot of stuff for my Helix though. Those are the 2 primary tools that I use for any of my guitar tones. I'm gonna go ahead to my computer screen and show you guys some of the stuff that I use. Okay, so here we're on Tone Junkie's website. I love Tone Junkie. Pretty much with every pack that he releases, he adds to this free pack, okay? So this free pack is awesome. All you have to do is sign up with your email and they'll send it directly to your email, but it has tons of different profiles. All of them are free, all of them are great. I'm gonna play some sound examples right now. But yeah, let's go on to the next person, or the next place where I get a ton of my Kemper profiles. So here we are on worshiptutorials.com. These are the guys that I'm probably most familiar with. This is Bradford Mitchell and Brian. Wow, that's embarrassing. Okay, so anyways, here we are on their website. They have a ton of free resources for the Helix. So if you go up to shop, They have a whole tab just for freebies. They have free pads, free Helix patch, all this stuff. So I have the free Kemper Performance, and I will go ahead and play some of that for you now. I also have this free Helix patch. It's an AC30 patch and it sounds so good. But then if you go onto like Helix patches, they do this for all the different platforms: Helix, Axe-Fx, Kemper. If you go to these, they have song patches here, and they just have patches for all these different songs. And I've bought plenty of these. I've probably given these guys, I mean, if you think about each patch is like $6, I've probably given them close to $100 by now, though, just from buying their patches. They're all super good. Yeah, but I also have some other free Kemper stuff that I want to show you guys, so let's go ahead to that. Alright, so we're getting into the heavier stuff now, and I heard about SynMix through Tone Junkies, actually, and if you'll look on his website, he actually has this free stuff tab right there, and it's a bunch of really great metal profiles and stuff. And I'll go ahead and do a sound example of these, but these, for it to be free, it blows my mind how good. They have some of the best 6505 pluses, some of the best 5150s I've heard in a while. It sounds really great, and I know that you guys will love this, and it's completely free, so just go ahead and download it anyways. So this next resource I'm showing is from the guitar player, one of the guitar players from Architects, and they are insane. They're probably one of the most popular metal bands out at the moment, and their music always sounds just the most grandiose, huge, gigantic, just bigger than life songs ever. So Josh Middleton, these are not free. It comes with like 140 different profiles. If you go to shop, I just bought this JTM Profiles Heavy Tones Bundle 3, and it has 140 different profiles, and it sounds absolutely insane. I'll show you guys some sound examples from this as well, but if you have some extra money and you're wanting to pick up some professional Kemper profiles, these are just honestly just a little bit better than anything that you'll get for free. But if you want to take your guitar tones right to the next level, I highly recommend JTM Profiles. Okay, so I really hope that you've enjoyed this first video that I'm putting out. I just wanted to start off videos on my channel with showing people the resources that I use for producing songs, for mixing songs. And I hate that all these aren't free resources, and the fact of the matter is you can probably find a lot of the tutorials and stuff that you have on like URM. You can find a lot of that stuff on YouTube. However, it won't always be as professional, and it won't always be as legitimate of advice as you would from doing it from the professionals at URM. All the Kemper profile packs I talked about that were free, I highly recommend all those. If you're a Kemper user, you probably already have them, but if you don't, or if you're looking into getting a Kemper, there are great stuff for metal, great stuff for just any kind of music, honestly, so do that for sure. And then the Helix patches and stuff that I talked about, I can't imagine making my own Helix patch whenever I can just edit one that I got off of worship tutorials or something like that, because they all sound so good anyways. So they have free ones that I showed you guys. Go ahead and download those as well if you're a Helix user. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please comment, and I will do my best to answer any questions I have in the comments. Peace, guys.